All right, chat. I'm back. We got Legacy Stifle Uro Rug Delver. Not a unique concept by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's my pick for probably the best deck in Legacy right now. Um, with the bannings, I think it left a gap or a vacuum for Uro to be good, and people just had to reconfigure their decks because there's no Arkham's Astrolabe anymore to help fix the mana, and Wasteland's a real thing. So the logical conclusion is A, play Stifle to protect your mana base. B, Stifle works sort of well with Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath. Like, you can just build your own Dreadnought. Repudiate, Replicate. Yeah, it's not good. Like, Stifle is just costing one, get their fetch lands, protect your mana base is so much better. To account for Uro, you have to play 4 Trops. You have to play... I'm playing a Taiga. A lot of people don't. I think you probably should. Obviously, it doesn't cast your single blue spells, but I think it's just... It adds a dimension of, like... It makes a lot of things a lot safer. Besides that, you play Classic, Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain, Days Force, Force of Negation are all, like, pretty stock and rug by this point. I only play one Sylvan. I don't like having multiples in the main deck. And, like, in fact, I just don't play multiples in this list, period, because I don't think you need to. Could make a case for a second in the 75, I think, but I'm only playing one. In that regard, Winter Orb, good sideboard card. It's like a heavy hitter when it's good. This is, like, at its best versus Cloud Post, because all of their lands come into play tapped. So if you cast this, like, it slows them down by, like, 3 turns or whatever. Null Rod also, when it's good, it's just insane. It just wins. I am playing a Rough Tumble and a Dead Gone. It's just, like, nice to hedge versus a bunch of different decks where you don't know what people are going to do. This is like Pyroclasm. You don't really cast the other side. It's just Pyroclasm. I used to play York Trickery or Blazing Volley back when Dreadhorde was around. But I think you want to play Rough Tumble now because you don't have Arcanist. The Arcanist Blazing Volley thing actually came up a lot for me, personally. Klothys, just good versus slow blue. And, like, other weird decks that... Like, I think this card's incredible versus, like, a deck like Force Loam because you can't ever beat it. I don't like Basic Island. I mean, you could play Basic Island, but I think Basic Island is mostly not great unless if you're straight blue-red, frankly. Rip zombie wizard. Yeah, I like Sulfur Elemental. I think you're fine versus elves, personally. I mean, it's not like a slam dunk, but it's fine. I like Sulfur Elemental because I think I expect more D&T than I expect elves, realistically. Obviously, it's close. There was one last thing I was going to say. What was that? Oh, I need to change the stream title, don't I? Yo, JKL368, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate you. Let me know if I should open a chest for you. And the Crocus looks random, but I think it's just nice to have versus Merit Lage and other stuff. Like Merit Lage, even like Gristlebrand or Emrakul is like randomly great. Oh, the Loam I think is just insane in the Rug Mirrors. Like, I think it's almost unbeatable in Rug Mirror postboard because no one leaves in Fawn. So you can, like, set up, like, dredging Loam to Uros, wasting them out. Oh, JKL. We didn't talk. Are you ready? Also, I'm rooting you on because you live in Maryland. Is that fair? There's not that many, like, I guess there's a bunch of Maryland MTG players, like Seth Manfield probably being the most notable, but there's not that many nowadays. You know? Let's see, who are the hyperphones? I think Matt Lindy and Brock Parker are big names from Maryland as well in history. Um, Justin Bonamo, I think originally from Silver Spring as well. I think there's just a bunch. Crab kicks in football, that's what Maryland does. Yeah, something like that. Am I ready? Well, a good way to respond, I suppose. All right, got a match. I haven't played rogue style decks in a while. No, Snoopy's favorite season is winter, I'm pretty sure. All right. Classic. All right, this is fine. I think it's... Is it crazy to bottom this Uro? I feel like I'm going to bottom the Uro, actually. It's Uro or Goyf, but I think it's better to bottom the Uro because of my mana curve. And also if I just draw another Uro on like turn 2 or 3. No, I think the land might be more valuable, frankly, especially versus like Wasteland. Because I don't want a cantrip for more lands. I want to use my cantrip not to look for lands. So with 3, you can keep it pretty safe. I mean, obviously there's like merits to keeping Uro over the land, obviously, but kind of like bottoming the Uro there. All right, Stifle Force stays some blue spell. All right. I think for C, I'm just gonna play the Sylvan Library actually. Force Pitch Delver, so it's like some sort of Delver Mirror, obviously. Appears to be Grixis. Okay. I don't really care. Yo, what's up, Cal? Cal, you actually missed the literal twin situations yesterday. Or earlier. That was earlier, yeah. Well, I had literal Splinter Twin in my deck, so what do you think you missed? It is. I believe it literally is. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not wasting them. Next turn I'm gonna slam True Name 100% because like waiting is like pretty awful. Because I thought I wanted to flip Force. Because I didn't really want to play True Name on that turn. I wanted to play True Name through a Daze as well. I guess I could have this turn. We had a Delver in play. Obviously we don't anymore, but... Alright. Remember when I kept 3 lands? And then now I only have 2? I think Bitter Blossom sucks, though. I don't think this Blossom's gonna beat me. If anything, it's like another creature might beat me. This young Pyro, huh? I think I have to force it, because if I don't, it's just gonna be such a problem for the Tarmogoyf. Yeah, I think I have to, unfortunately. I don't really want to, but I think I have to. Wait, if I just double waste and leave the Brainstorm and draw it, that's like actually pretty good for me, I think, right? I think I'm going to do that, actually. Yeah, it's either a 3-drop or a bad card. I agree. I'm not going to cast this turn because I know I have a bad force on top. I think I can wait exactly 1 turn cycle for it. Actually, maybe I wait another turn in case if I have to force something. And also, like, running this into a daze is not great, I think. So I think I'll just wait another turn. It's better to force it. Like, casting Brainstorm is just asking for a lot of trouble, I think. That's actually one of my better draws, ironically. Yeah, well, I mean, like, when Bitter Blossom's cast, I don't think it has aged particularly well as a card, so I think it's just kind of bad. I guess it's not ironic, but... If they want to double block this, I get 5 points of damage in, which is kind of a big deal. Oh, I didn't even consider that, but I probably should have, actually. Well, that's good. Because I know they didn't have push on the previous turn cycle. Maybe now I will? Guess I probably should now. What did they do with their ponder? They chose to shuffle? Alright, yeah. I'll probably do it now. I should have just stifled the turn before. Because that's basically the same as killing the fairy rogue. When someone casts Bitter Blossom, someone loses, and it's usually the person who cast it. Blossom sucks, yeah. BB in the mirror. Goif is okay. I mean, like, Goif actually lines up poorly versus a lot of their stuff, but I think I want to cut, like, 2 Force of Will, actually, if that sounds crazy. I don't know if it does. Obviously, like, Angler is kind of an issue, but drawing too many forces is bad. An Uro Blossom deck, people tried that before. It was, like, fine. It wasn't great. Yo, Cal, thanks for gifting 5 subs. Hopefully I have 5 chests. If I don't, I might have to go consult the chest bot. This is keepable, I guess. It's not like the most insane, but I mean, with the lands and creatures and an interactive spell in these mirrors, I don't think you can mulligan. I suppose you could, it just probably would be wrong. If they ponder shuffle, I'm snapping off the Wasteland. They didn't shuffle? Alright. There's one Taiga. I think you should play the Taiga with Uro in your deck, Cal. That's like the real reason it's there. If they daze, I don't care. Daze is absolutely fine with me. Sure. A lot of people didn't have Taiga, and that actually sort of surprised me. Like, remember Castlevania? No? Should I? What a weird name for a deck. Was that DRS or no? Or was that this was like Grixis Splashing Tarmogoyf, right? With like 2 Tarmogoyfs? Oh no, it did have DRS. I see. I don't know. Sounds like exactly okay, I guess. Yeah, I remember that deck. I remember it because it looked so goofy to have exactly 2 of that, you know? Alright. Alright. It's fine. I summon Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh now. I've turned into Canister. Didn't you know? It's fine. I can blast on my turn. I should dye my hair? Chat, should I dye my hair? Oh, I should have just wasted them right away, actually. But I'm still gonna waste them. Yeah, this was the punish. Alright. I definitely should have wasted on my turn. That was really bad, actually. What did you say? I see. So do I want to block and bolt? Probably. Alright. Because, like, once this is off the table, I think I'm winning. Got him. Not even sure that's right, but it feels right. Okay, let's... What? LFG, chat. LFG. No, they drew a black source. Come on, don't be a second angler. Alright, that's fine. I think I actually just want to sit until I draw another card source. No, I don't think so. They only had one card, so that's why I don't think it's right to do that. Just gonna shuffle. I don't want those. I think with second Uro, like, the race favors me. So true name or engineer or something. Alright, that's fine. I can just go around it eventually. Yeah. Probably have to tap green. eventually we'll find a fourth colored source for this Uro escape, and then like the game will be very difficult for them because I think they have to leave TNN back, so we'll eventually accumulate enough stuff. Like they're not even really allowed to attack right now, yeah. Preordain first, I think. Oh well, that's just like kind of a slammer too. Like because no one leaves in Force of Negation in these mirrors. So that's like kind of insane here. Also, Brainstorm's kind of insane with Loam as well. Like, because you'll always have lands to put back with your Brainstorm. I think my opponent's conceding to the Loam. Got him. Yep, Loam was kind of sick there. Let's see, how many chests do I have for you? Only 2, Cal. I'll try to have three more by the end of the game, or end of this stream. You accept 2? Alright, I'll do 2 for now. And then we'll see. Ooh, Emmy statue. This was supposed to be Affinity Hoser. Shockingly, did not work very well. 20 play points. And what else we got? Once Upon a Time and Sanctum of All. I see. Wonder if Sanctum is worth anything. Zach, that sounds ludicrous. It sounds like that deck would be too bad versus Force of Negation in game 1. How many times did you actually draft the Shrines deck, Cal? I don't think I ever got the 5C Shrines deck, actually. Maybe I got it like exactly once, but it was just mostly bad. Like, white was so insane in that format. Bazar's Acolyte was stupidly good. You know what, chat? I just realized Pi Days this Sunday. 3/14. Eat some pie. Or don't eat some pie. Whatever may be the case. Double Vision was great, yeah. I drafted a lot of Double Vision decks. It was the thing is, like, there were a lot of random red cantripping cards. Double Vision was basically just good in all of them. That's not it. I also know who it is. Right, fuck it. I have so many lands in hand that I'm okay with doing that. God damn it. Just instantly a land. What a lucker noob. We know who this is, so we're joking around. What's my favorite pie? Lemon meringue's pretty good. Alright, just gonna cast Brainstorm. I think I'm actually gonna redraw one of these lands. Lemon meringue is a It's a boomer. Boomer pie? Maybe, I guess. Yeah, favorite pie is definitely regional. I'm also I like Boston cream sometimes. What I want to do here depends very much on what they do, but I think the Delver's not going to be good anymore. And the true name's going to be like maybe good, so I can leave on top, but the land's definitely good. Do I want this days? Do I want any of these cards? It seems like probably not. Actually, maybe the Tarmogoyf is just good enough. Did I leave days on top? I don't even remember. Now I don't want to draw the days, obviously, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I do. They might just waste me and try to counter my Brazen Borrower, so that looks kind of appealing, I guess. I think now I actually do want to do the thing where I set up my Delver. But I would rather resolve the Ponder first, and then if Delver gets countered, so be it. You can daze this one. That's fine. No, I'm not gonna type anything rude in chat. You can message the person and tell them wrecked for me, Cal. You can do that. I'm gonna block anyways. Alright. Problem is I can't just take 4 forever, is the real issue. Alright. I think I have to get past some of this shit. No. I don't want any of those. Probably just shuffle. Alright. Probably just dead now, obviously, but that's how it is sometimes. Well, need probably a glyph of my own to block now. Might have to end up redrawing that Delver anyways, but I think going to 1 is just maniacal. So if I keep this Delver, I can block and get 3 fresh looks. If I bottom, I don't get... I guess I'm supposed to keep it for that reason. Obviously, like, I might be dead. That's fine. If I'm dead, I'm dead. I appear to be dead. Oh, no, wait. I only go to 1? Oh, okay. They had a volley of bolts. It's okay. I chose not to play any, but I might regret it in this exact mirror, obviously. I was mostly just out of position for most of that game, which caused me to lose, which is fine, but it kind of sucked, obviously. Alright, I'm going to side out all my forces, or most of my forces on the play. I think Caracas actually is good enough. Good luck later? What's going on later? Is there like a Lotus Box thing? Okay, yeah, there is, I guess. Wait, why is that 4 p.m. Eastern instead of 6 p.m. Eastern? For Europeans, I guess? I see. Mardu Assassins? What is that? Sounds intriguing. Oh, that's fine. I don't want to. Well, I can't do anything anyways, so it's fine. I think I'm gonna put Borrower and Delver and just play my fetch. I think it's kind of complicated what you should do right there, though. Don't think there's a real reason to blast it right now. Yeah, it just didn't even flip. Another land would be really good. That's why I'm doing this. Alright. Well, you got lands. I think the Bolt's not actually going to be very good this game, funnily enough. So I'm going to put Bolt, Goyf on top. Maybe I should just put back the Taiga, actually. Yeah, never mind. This is better, I think. There is a Bolt on top of my deck in case if I need it for some reason. But I don't think I will. Yeah, I think one library makes a lot of sense. You can see the record in the lower right. Okay. I'll let them daze this, I don't care. I think this doesn't do much, so I guess I'll let it go. Alright, they have no land, which is kind of good for me. And I know about the glyph, they know about the glyph, so there's no real reason to reveal it, I think. Yo, Slod, thanks for the sub. Hope you're having a good one. think. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm not sure about this. This is like kind of close, actually. The real reason I think it's close is there's a few reasons. Fuck. Yeah, I think it's right, but they drew a land, and obviously, I was working it out. They're actually only with with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out. They were only drawing to 6-ish for that. So I think land is actually really good. I'll put around Stifle because I don't want to get stifled right there for no good reason. I'm going to double block when they attack as well. Actually, I think I should. Obviously, if they have a second submerge, it's like really brutal, but I'm not going to play around it. What's DT? Also, I think Clothis is worse than just drawing a blast. That's why I didn't really care for the Clothis. I should have left some lands because I have Loam in my deck. That was actually a big punt. I'm still gonna double block. I mean, like, I just really can't let this keep going. I'm probably dead. No, they know about Ponder, so I can just have 6 anyways, so. That's bad. I don't think I can really come out from under this, because of how the cards lined up, obviously, but. Alright. I'm done with this. That was brutal. I definitely could have played better. That's not a big deal, but not having any submerges in your sideboard for those mirrors is quite bad. It was also just hard to line up my stifles for their lands, but maybe if I had two lands in my opener, I would have tried to line up the stifles, obviously, but you just can't always do that, you know? Like this hand, I don't think you're ever really allowed to leave up stifle on one, you know? And I think that just happens a lot when you play this sort of deck, you know? To me, stifle is like partially to protect your mana base and partially to work with Uro. Cannot daze that faster. Okay, so it's elves. Don't really want to daze that one. I think I can daze something better plus bolt that on this turn cycle. Actually, maybe I have to save daze for Allosaurus Shepherd. That's probably what I actually have to, or save bolt for that, you know? That's probably what I have to do, actually. Because if you don't save the bolt for Shepherd, it's easy for them to sneak it in and then none of your cards do anything. Whereas if I use the daze now, you sort of prevent that from happening. Okay. Still saving bolt for Shepherd because I think it's just crazy to do anything else. I'm just gonna waste their Cradle and attack for 3. Like, I'm winning the race currently because I'm ahead by 4 points. I mean, it might be. We won't know, right? Might be a Zenith for Shepherd. If it's a Zenith for Shepherd, I will just kill the Shepherd with my bolt. I guess if it gets a symbiote, it's kind of awkward, but yeah, you can P-Zepper. But it's too mana efficient to not use the bolt this turn, I think. think I'm just gonna look for more bolts and shit like that because that's what matters. The Stifle is currently my pitch card. So they go to 5. I play another flipped Delver, but I would have to draw a Volk. Is that better than just... I guess it's good enough generally. Yeah, I guess it's good enough. Like, so the other thing you could do is just shuffle there, but I think guaranteeing lethal in 2 from now is probably good enough on average that you're supposed to do that. Tight. They were playing around days. Respect. Just play the Goyf out as well, because that also forces like more chumps next turn probably if something weird does happen. All right, got an easy one. Opponent went to 5 cards and made it pretty easy. Usually have more anti-elf stuff in my sideboard than I do currently. Guess this is going to have to do it, unfortunately, but I think Uro is like kind of bad versus them, but Goyf isn't great, but I think you probably have to play it. The red cards are clearly good. Rolf is like great. Dead Gon's fine as a shock. Borrower's not super throwing, but has evasion, and like I don't really want these other cards. You could make a case for a braid, but it's like kind of inefficient is the real problem. But maybe it's like better than borrower. Actually, I think a braid might be better than Uro. I don't think you want to Uro in this matchup because I don't think that actually is how you win versus them. Because I don't think you're really looking to grind. I think you're looking to just like kind of punk them, like similar to how game 1 played out. Probably unhappily keep, but there's certainly a downside to this hand. Maybe I should have had the second Abrade in. Yeah, that's definitely possible. No, I don't think so. Not with the Ponder. I mean, Stifle is just a pitch card here, really. We have a little bit of time, is what is the key point. Like, I think you shouldn't over mulligan is how I should put it. Who said I couldn't Stifle punk them? Who said it? Exactly, karate dog. Exactly. Alright, I can't force that one. I really need some red cards now. Ask and ye shall receive. I think I'm gonna play Tarmogoyf this turn and just hope I don't get absolutely. They only have 2 cards, so I think it's fairly safe actually. But obviously this could go south. Bazinga! Never punished. Hashtag never punished. If I find Rough Tumble, I'd rather cast that. There's already a creature in the graveyard. There's no sorcery, but I don't really want to cast that right now. I think I just attack and bolt their thing upkeep. In case of like the EOT crop rotation or something. Alright, they didn't. But now we killed that. No, I think I just want to redraw the other red card no matter what. Or the last card no matter what. Probably good enough. It didn't really matter because I was going to redraw it no matter what, right? It's fine. I do remember someone telling me I couldn't stifle them out. I don't know who would say such a ludicrous thing. Looks like I'm just free rolling to victory here. Yeah, I think Taiga's because of Uro, really. Like, you know, there's not much to it besides that. If I don't force this, they get Shepherd, and then like my force is dead, so you have to force. I don't know. Stifle was like broken that game. Am I 3-1 now? I can't remember. No, 2-1. Well, El Pariah, it was also just I don't have a lot of good anti-elves cards in my sideboard. I just have red cards that are like exactly okay. So I just have to leave in some cards that are not as good in the matchup usually this time. And yeah, ripping the bolt was obviously clutch. All right, I'll be right back for round 4. I'm going to get some more water and use the bathroom. If you enjoy the stream, following is appreciated. If you have a Prime sub or a regular sub, that's also appreciated. Or be right back. Oh, I'll look at the deck list real quick then for 5 seconds, kind of MTG, or however long it takes me to look at it. All right, see ya. Have fun, Cal. Thanks for being here. All right, you didn't post a deck list yet, so I'm gonna play a match. Kind of on a timeline here. All right, click on it. Look at it real quick. Oh, this looks kind of good, minus the ley line, actually. So I guess the idea is a lot of decks can't use green, so this is like a one-sided Soul Ring. Because this is like actually a pretty powerful effect. Is it actually eroded to trigger every main phase if it hasn't been used? Or is it just in first main phase? Okay, it's first main phase. I think it's kind of sick, yeah. X-Drankers. I don't know, I kind of like this deck. I'll say more on it after the match, but it looks kind of solid. If they're ninjas, this is great. Probably just keep. Fuck. This card's so insane. Yep. Gonna lose to this. Fuck. Yeah. I hate it. I actually hate where I'm at. Wish I had drawn Stifle. Imagine if I had stifled that right there. Just imagine it, chat. Alright, Tarmogoyf confirmed bigger than their thing. That's another 4/4, so I have to force it. Yeah. See you later. Force and negation. I think forcing this Thopter is actually correct for what it's worth. Ocean Infinity, I appreciate it. Yeah, it didn't pop up. 5/6. Yeah, it does because you can't attack, right? Like, I think it actually does matter, you know? Because I want to get them dead while they're stuck like this. I don't really care if they daze this. Sure. It's fine. Like, when they're stuck like this, I just want to dead them, Karate Dom, you know? Like, if you get them dead, if they get to draw out, then you probably win. Okay. I'm just gonna say go, not cast anything. I think like holding this for force is too valuable. It's fine. I think they might fetch twice to decay one, and then alright, just force that. See if they're dead. Okay, I guess that was not a decay, but you should force that or the second one. Like, I think just forcing it is probably right. Because it converts your force into a bolt, essentially. Alright, ninjas, huh? I hate Retrofitter Foundry so much. It's like the best card in their deck. Whoops, I don't want that one. I usually side these out because of Plague Engineer. And, like, it's also kind of just not good for them unless you resolve it. This is okay versus Eureka, but it's kind of not great besides that. Yo, what's up, Jordan? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe there is. I don't know how to exactly do it. Yep, happy Friday. I think I'm gonna cut like 1 Uro. That might be blasphemous, but I think it's just not that good versus them. You could make a case for Dead Gone, actually. For like another Uro. Kind of like that, to be honest. Basically, I'm just trying to keep the board clear of all of their shit. You could argue leaving in Fawn for their Retrofitter Foundry, but I think that's just too many. That's just too bad to do, I think, on average. No, I don't. I mean, if they had more legends, I think I would probably do it, but if they only have Eureka, I don't want to do it. Probably just keep and hope they don't have the Foundry again. But they don't. Alright. Might be able to establish some sort of tempo advantage here, which is kind of nice. Okay, that worked out well. I'm definitely happy to do that right there. Yeah, it's ninjas. We won game one. I generally think most Delver decks are good versus ninjas, but obviously there are ways you can lose, and they usually involve this card, in my experience. This is like Hole Breacher that I'm gonna blast. Yeah, it's a really good ponder. I think I would actually want to draw this first in case if they have another Hull Breacher. Alright, sure. I guess this is like kind of a punish, but it's fine. Like, they're also dying to this. And also, this versus a deck full of blasts is not this most reliable thing. Kind of think people overvalue this card, personally. Also, Daze lets you pick up your lands and shit like that. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think B2B is actually good game 1 and bad game 2 and 3. That's a good way of putting it. Okay. I think FTA is better versus post than B2B is for a lot of reasons. I could have dazed that, but I don't think it's worth it. I think I can get more equity out of my dazes. Probably dead now, though. Yeah, it's not good enough, but like I wanted to create some space if I flip this versus their creature and hope they just didn't draw anything. But I think the Tarn is just losing, and now it's too late. I really don't think B2B is a good plan versus me personally, but obviously you can get away with it sometimes. Um, no to Caracas. Yeah, I'm just gonna submit. I think like I'm actually pretty good versus them, especially with all of the blasts and like spot removal and days is like pretty insane. Like I've actually sided in a way that's better versus Spellbomb. I only have one Uro in my deck. I don't really like Borrower that much versus them. I don't think it's that good, but you could make a case for it. No. Alright, this is fine. I think Dead Gone is worse. Shit. It sucks. What's up, Boland? Yeah, this sucks, but whatever. Sometimes this shit happens. No red source was like pretty brutal, I think. Nearly a disaster, but kind of avoided, so that's good. Really hope they don't have another legend. Feels like they're weak. That's why I'm fighting right here. Alright. I guess they weren't weak, but it felt like it. Right, it means no ninja this turn, but obviously it could end poorly for me still, you know? Sure. I think this time I have to let it go, but the problem is I cut most of my Uro, so this Sylvan is not exactly free. Stifling it. Yeah, it does, but I don't think you really want to do that. That's like not very good, I think. You really should just attack with all three again, and I think just keep the buffing going. I think I should just do this and try to get past all of the garbage. Obviously, it means I can't fetch anymore, but it's fine. I mean, this is likely to die, but I think I just have to cast it anyways. Yeah, this was almost a lock to have happen almost every time. This is really annoying. I mean, I can find more lands. The problem is, like, my deck doesn't really do anything. Whoops. Right, here we go. Now they main phase it? Did I even show them Stifle? Why did they suddenly change? So weird. Why did they suddenly change their mind? I don't understand what happened right there. Why did they change their mind? Like, yeah, I guess I don't know. Like they passed before, and I didn't have mana up, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Slod? Oh no, Slod. Let's see what you got, Slod. Alright, whatever, keep. I think this is just good enough. If I don't daze it, I'm never going to get to daze anything, really. So, like, it's a forced play. Don't think those are good enough on average to win this matchup. Yep. Alright. It's funny because when it was first printed in whatever set it was in, I was like super high on it and other people weren't. What set is it? Born of the Gods, yeah. I just thought it was like incredible. And then other people are like, nah, it sucks. I'm like, nah, I think it's great. But it only took until now for people to really like it. So I find that really weird in a lot of ways. Bottom both. Right. I need to cast Brainstorm this turn, essentially, is why I'm doing this. That was really not good. I could have kept the second waste, but I think I need my colored mana through a Wasteland for Uro, potentially, more than anything else. I think I'm just going to stifle that because it's a convenient use of my mana, and I actually do care about denying them a scry, I think. That's fine. So that's fine. So I think I should waste their silent clearing. Or maybe their Caracas, in case I draw Uro. Maybe it actually is just the Caracas in case I draw Uro. Because I think maybe easy Uro is one of the ways that I could win this game when I'm like super flooded. Oh, you're right. Serious, you're right. Yep. That's definitely better. No real excuse. That was just not good. Really hope to draw a Rainstorm here. Because, like, I feel like that's my way back into this one. Yeah, they'd be down a Charming Prince for my Stifle, and that's like a pretty good use of Stifle, obviously. Like, Stifle turning to Shock there is like pretty good, obviously. But. Alright. I would have had like 2 more turns maybe, but 2 turns is a lot of turns, I suppose. So, got what I deserved. No, I just forgot. Like, obviously that's 100% correct. All right, 2 turns I would have lost. Sucks to suck. I think Tarmogoyf is not great, but the way I'm configured, I probably have to leave it. Not thrilled about having 3 Uros in my deck versus them either. I think it's like not that good. Because like the card that is actually like pretty bad for me, I think is Rest in Peace. I don't have a way to actually remove Rest in Peace in my deck, which may be a fault of how I built the deck, you know. I think I want to shave some number of like more green creatures, really. But Forager is also bad versus Rest in Peace, so I don't really like. I think if you care about this matchup, you should really play something like more True Names rather than anything else. Burrow can get rid of Rip, but not. It really doesn't work how you want it to be. I was thinking about Stifle to protect my mana base, but I don't think that's right. I think I should just cut them. Alright. I just don't think Forager is a good card personally, so that's on me, I suppose. I think once you put Uro in your deck, you should play Taiga, personally, Boland. That's my thought process. I understand Arcanist's effect is really good, but it's blue, and there's a lot of things an issue with it. So this might sound crazy, but I kind of just want to force pitch Daze. Maybe because I don't have another follow-up. I'm not really allowed to do that. I have trop number 4 serious. That's not, like... You should actually look at the deck list. I think I just have to keep things moving along. It's so bad if I get ripped. Maybe I should just bottom it, expecting to get ripped right here. Those are just not that good as well. I'm just gonna bottom it. Alright. I don't know if this is better or worse. Probably like about the same really. Yes, I didn't force Athalia. Yes, I believe it's right. Drawing Wyvern in that turn was such a troll. Yeah. I'm gonna pitch Brainstorm and just try to like brute force my way into shit instead. Yo, thanks for the raid into play. Yeah, I think I actually am going to kill the... Well, it's kind of close, right? Oh, well, that's sick. I think I'm just going to kill the port now. Hello? Right, just going to say go, and, you know, I have this card in my hand. That's, like, kind of brutal. John, I don't want to hear it. I've had a rough day today. I think it's GT, probably. It's like some equipment, I think, is what happened last turn, but they didn't have enough. Okay. Maybe it was that. They were just playing around days. Alright. No, it has split second. You can't do that. That's a good draw, too. Zap. And now I'm going to play the Sylvan. And then the turn after, I'm going to play the Uro to gain some life back. Oh, shit. I don't even need... Okay. Right, it only costs 2 now. I was thinking it cost 3. Obviously, my brain is not functioning 100% today. Yeah, so it was the GT I expected from a while ago. And you tease them by letting tap it for mana, that's true. Right, I'm just gonna pay 8. I'm not a coward. Get out, port. The question is, do I brainstorm into Delver? Or do I just say go and save both of my cards? We'll probably brainstorm. Well, I'm going to end up brainstorming end step, so I should just brainstorm now, probably. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to leave the Volk on top and see if they draw another Port or Wasteland. If they do, then I do want to draw it, and Delver is like my worst card. Oh, actually, I guess on the other hand... No, I think that's right. I think I'm going to do that. So, like, you could make a case for putting something else back. I don't know what exactly. Actually, I think I probably just want the Volk no matter what, now that I think about it. So there's that. But we can take a look. How do they win from here? There are ways. I don't want to describe them because if you describe it, it's more likely to happen. Meteor striking my house? Jeez. I don't want a meteor to strike my house. That's fine. Alright. I put a stop there just in case if something weird happened, like if they put in a stone forge or some shit. They can skyclave my sulfur elemental as well. Right, you know, like just skyclaving it actually does like do what you need it to do. Right. Right. Is this bullying? Is this bullying? I guess it might be bullying. Does it really matter what I do? I guess this is slightly better. I don't think it really matters what I do now. Well, you can't misclick your Sylvan unless if you're exactly at 8 or 4. But I guess you can if you're at 8 or 4. Then like you definitely could accidentally deal yourself down to 0. Hmm. All right. Yeah. Now I can't accidentally misclick to get myself dead. You know. Clearly correct. Let's see what lands are left in my deck. I don't remember. All right. Probably just Ponder and Delver then. That does not kill that, ironically. It's not that ironic, but it is something. This was the punish, I guess. This was unnecessarily greedy. Oh my god, why did I do this? Huh. Fuck. This was bad. Yeah, I should have just not played out the Delver, I think. Then this would have been fairly easy. Now they get a GT hit for no reason. So I guess I'm priced into bolting one of these. This was not good. I think I'm likely still fine, but obviously this made it harder for not much gain, really. That was really stupid of me. Could have just not played the Delver. It's like really easy. I play around a second Flicker Wisp. Should have just thought about what happens if they have a second Flicker Wisp. Yeah. So good sequencing on their part. If the plow resolves, they don't have to use a counter. I'm at 4, so I might accidentally misclick. Let's see what they've got in the holster. I don't think there's much that could actually threaten me here. Definitely like almost through this game again. I know, still got game 3 as well. Every game, every match is so exhausting. Okay. So land equip, I guess. Nope. Well, all the Rug Delver decks are mid-range decks now, so does that answer your question, I guess? Okay. GL tomorrow. Hope you do well. 2, 3, 4, 5. Uro is a really good card. That's all I'm gonna say. I really should stop tapping these red sources, actually. That's just really stupid. Yeah, there was no reason to tap another red source there. Because, like, literally the same thing could happen. They could have Flicker Wisp and, like, Flicker Wisp my red source. One day I'll learn my lesson. But it's not this game, apparently. It's Dead Gone and Rough Tumble. There's one Dead Gone, one Rough Tumble, one Sulfur Elemental. Rough Tumble is like extremely not like Rough Tumble is actually only okay in this matchup too, I think. For a lot of reasons. Like, it's so conditional whether it's good enough or not, especially with Aether Vials and shit. Like, Rough Tumble is more for elves than D&T, frankly. To be fair, Anurag accidentally built Daniel's deck with 4 Dead Gone, and it was actually supposed to be 2 Dead Gone, 2 Rough Tumble, so you're not the only one who got tricked. Alright, round 5, game 3 for all the marbles. Let's see how many marbles I get. just gonna ship. Yeah, I guess. This is like super mopey, but what am I gonna do? I think that plan's pretty bad, and that's why I play Taiga as well. If you play Taiga, that offsets a lot of that. This is miserable. You have to main phase it, because if they draw Karakas, it becomes a huge issue. But that's the other punish. Like, you know, is what it is. Hey, what's up? I think they have surgical based on timing stops. Like I saw a stop in my draw step once, so they might surgical my Uro, but there's only one in my deck, so it's not a big deal. I mean, obviously it's like sort of my plan this game, but it's not really my entire plan. All right. Delver of Secrets, huh? It's not very good here. I think I'm just gonna brainstorm looking for better cards. So the plan is to flip both to days and then shuffle the days away. Torp Orb's fine, depending on what matchups you expect. I think it's like exactly fine. Like, you have to just ask what matchups you want it in to really determine that, I think. Cute. Whoops, shit. I did not mean to click reveal. Oh well. Guess I have to live with that. Oh, actually that's sort of okay for me. I can do this and leave up a braid for Barrow Skull. Like, obviously they don't know it's coming, but I do. I mean, I could also make Uro that turn, but I think you shouldn't. Oh, shoot! Where's my stop? Okay. Crisis averted for now. But I think I have to just kill that now because it's going to be a huge issue. I'll see if they have like SoFi or GTA this turn in combination with the other runes. It's going to be really bad for me, but yeah. All right. I mean, I only left in one Uro for this reason, but obviously it's going to be good here. Can this be a better chump later? Probably not, so I should just chump now. What's my top card? I don't know. Of course. So that one turn I didn't play Uro, maybe it cost me, but I'm turbo fucked now. Can't really draw out of this now, I think. The sweeper's not even good enough because of Mother of Runes, really. And like the Sophie is going to be just unstoppable. Like, the thing I could have done differently this game was instead of playing Tarmogoyf and abrading the Dire Skull was I could have played Uro and just taken a hit from the skull, which might have been better. So maybe that was the punt, like realistically speaking. But now, like, I'm just dead instead. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, like, there's actually no sets of draws that get me out of this. So just 05, 2-3, 2-3 over the last 3 leagues. It's a combination of playing bad, which definitely happens, and getting slightly unlucky, which also happens. But the combination of the two is lethal. I have no chests. No chest to open for my loyal subs. No, I don't think they did. They went hellbent. Lackey, they actually went hellbent eventually. So it's actually impossible. Because the Charming Prince was their last card. Like, so they peeled something at some point. I don't know what they peeled, obviously. Suspend one chest. Fair. Well, no, like, it's possible they just didn't have anything better to do, in which case I should have done it. The problem is, if you get Caracas or Uro, you lose so much tempo. Well, I think they plowed Delver because they figured they would have to plow it at some point, and that they could eventually deal with Uro with a Caracas or something similar. But I really wonder what would have happened if I just played Uro instead. And that might have been better. Like, I actually thought about it, and I decided that it was worse. But then, like, the rip just shredded all of the plans completely. Because Tarmogoyf became a blank, and then I had no Uro. You know? And that's my worry with this version sometimes is your deck is so graveyard reliant with 7 graveyard cards. Stifle helps a little bit, but you don't always have the Stifle, and people suggest I side out Stifle versus D&T anyways, so I don't know. Like, I actually sort of suspect that siding out Stifle versus D&T is not right after having played that matchup now. Like, it's not great, but I think stifling a rip often comes up, or stifling a wasteland activation often comes up that I probably am not supposed to side it out, you know? I don't know what people think. Like, I think that was kind of an interesting situation. Yeah, I just drew a lot of lands, but the problem is, like, I think once you put Uro in your deck and you side in Caracas, you just kind of need. You kind of do flood, which is an issue. I think Hex Drinker is pretty good if you're into that, yeah. I'm pretty pro Hex Drinker. It's possible Hex Drinker is just better than Tarmogoyf because it costs less mana as well. I'll probably revisit this in a week or two and just try to play better as well as what's going on. I don't think you need 2 Sylvan Library. The matchups where I have Winter Orb, I'm not planning on having Uro in my deck, so that is kind of irrelevant. I only really want Winter Orb versus 12 Post and like Bant Miracles. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it for now. I've been at it for almost 5 hours. Didn't play great today as well. Didn't play great last night, so I don't know what. There's something wrong with me. I think I probably just need to stop playing for a few days. Sure, I'm sure people can relate. I think it's very easy to burn out if you lose. Losing begets losing, as well, is a big issue. Because like I think once you lose some, you kind of just stop trying, and then you lose more, and then it's like a downward spiral. What's the Greek person? What's the Greek phrase that describes that? Sisyphean? Sisyphean? Is that it? Someone tell me. Is there a classics major in chat to tell me? There's no classics majors people here, are there? Huh. Weird. Where did all the classics people go? Alright, let's see who else is battling. Control F, Legacy. No Legacy? Alright, on to the Vintage Cube. Alright, one last thing. I will be back. I will not be playing tomorrow or Sunday, but I will be co-streaming the MOCS on this Twitch chat. So be there for that. We'll start a little bit before the mock start. That's 1 p.m. both days. So we'll probably be live around 12:40 both days. And check that out. Classics major erasure, rooting for Goldie. I'm not that emotional, but it's easy to get despondent even if you're not that emotional about losing. Anyways, I'm gonna raid Lord Tupperware because he's playing Vintage Cube, and Vintage Cube is sweet. Who can lie? Anyways, be back Saturday, Sunday. Check that out. Thanks everyone.